By now you probably know that Standard Time has a pretty nice timesheet, but did you know that there are at least 10 tools for the PMO Office? Now what I'm describing here is the project management office found usually in larger organizations that is responsible for setting up new projects, tasks, assigning resources, and then monitoring those projects and then reporting back to the executive offices. So if you have such an office, let's take a look at some of those tools. First, start by clicking on the Project Tasks tab, and we'll count this entire view as tool number 1. The first thing you're going to see is that you have all of your projects listed here, and under each project is a list of your tasks in hierarchical form. The values from those tasks, like the duration, actual work, percent complete, and so on, roll up to the sub-project and to the project level. In this case, we're seeing the duration column, actual work, percent complete. There's a little status bar here. So this is sort of one of the first lines of defense for the PMO Office to determine if anything is going wrong with the project. You'll see it here early. There's more that you can actually see here by going to the View menu and choosing Columns. Scroll down and you'll see that there is a Gantt chart. There is start and finish due dates. There are even other columns for client and lots of other columns that you can add to this view. So moving on to the next tool for the PMO Office, let's take a look at View Project Resource Allocation. If you're familiar with Project Resource Allocation, you'll know that this chart is a list of hours that are allocated for an employee out into the future. You can flip this chart over and look at it by availability, or you can look at the textual representation of the chart by simply choosing from the drop down here. You can look at this by resource or by skill, look at it by project or a whole folder of projects or portfolio. Lots of different ways to look at resource allocation. So the third tool we're going to look at is Project Revenue. Go to the View menu, choose Project Revenue. This is going to show you the projected revenue for your projects out into the future. Again, you can look at this by all projects or a folder or a portfolio of projects. I happen to be looking at it by quarter. You can also look at it by month. The next tool we'll look at for the PMO Office is Microsoft Project Resource Allocation. Choose Tools, Project, right-click on a project, choose Microsoft Project Integration Wizard. This tool will let you bring down an MPP file. You'll see that MPP file and all its tasks in the Project Tasks tab. It will also show up in the timesheet where the employees can enter time against it, and you can send your actual hours back to Microsoft Project. We're going to go to the View menu, look at our tool number 5, which is Project History. Normally you'd see a nice little graph here showing a burn down chart of your project as it goes down to completion. What we see here is exact opposite. We have a huge scope change and then a project that seems to go on and on forever without any end in sight. Not exactly what you want in a project, but this is the chart to show it. The next tool, tool number 6, is Daily Scrum. In the Daily Scrum, employees will stand up in front of their peers. They will tell what they did since the last stand-up meeting, which is normally yesterday, and what they intend to do for the next stand-up and any impediments they have. The Scrum Master will try to clear those impediments so that they can move forward. So consider this a nice daily status for the project. Tool number 7 is Option Year Funding. I'm going to go to Tools, Projects, right-click on a project and choose Option Year Funding. This is where we have complete support for your option year funding contracts, the contract mods, the employee labor assignments, which would include the period of performance, labor rate, other direct costs. All these values will roll up to the contract mod level, to the option year level, and then finally to the project. So you'll see the hours funded, used, and remaining, the labor funded, used, and remaining, and the roll-ups for the ODCs. So very nice tool for PMO Office. The next tool we'll look at is actually a report. We're going to run the utilization and rates report. I'm going to click on it, give it a date range, click OK, and you will see all of the employees that have worked during that date range. You'll see the scheduled hours, the actual hours, which gives you a utilization percentage and the effective billing rate for each one. At the bottom, you'll see totals for all the employees. Tool number 9 is Daily Scheduled Assignments. Go to Tools, Projects. You click on a project. Over on the right-hand side, you'll be able to assign a percentage of the daily schedule for each employee that is assigned to the project. These numbers will feed into the resource allocation chart, so you'll be able to see those there. And the last one, tool number 10, is Approve Individual Projects. So this is for project managers who want to approve an individual project. They can simply choose a project from the list. They'll see all the employees that are working on that project. They can click the View menu to go see the timesheet and then approve the individual project here. So that's for project managers who want to approve individual projects. So that covers at least 10 tools for the PMO Office. If you click on the Tools menu or the View menu, you may see some others that appeal to you.